It is past midnight in a hospital in the center of Mexico City. The hallways smell of disinfectant and illness. The lights flicker over tiles worn down by decades of suffering. A critically ill patient lies alone in their room, breathing weakly when they hear something that should not be there. The unmistakable sound of a hot iron gliding over starched fabric. The door slowly opens. A female figure dressed in immaculate white enters without making a sound. Her uniform is outdated, from another era. She wears a perfectly pressed nurse's cap. She approaches the bed with gentle, almost maternal movements. The patient feels an inexplicable sense of peace until they notice that her feet do not touch the floor, and that through her body, the wall behind her can be seen. There are entities that inhabit the spaces where life and death meet. And in the hospitals of Mexico, one of them has been appearing for decades to those who are about to cross the threshold. Today, we will uncover who she is and why she never left. I'm Fernanda, and this is The Hidden Archive, a channel dedicated to documenting the cases, legends, and hidden records that have shaped the history and collective terror of Latin America. Here, we do not seek sensationalism. We seek the truth behind the myth, the testimony behind the whisper, and the chill that is born when reality and the unexplained collide. If you dare to continue exploring with us, subscribe and turn on notifications, because in this archive, nothing remains hidden forever. The story of La Planchada begins in post-revolutionary Mexico between the 1930s and 1940s, a time when death visited hospitals with relentless frequency. Everything suggests that her origin lies in the old Juarez Hospital, an institution marked by wars, epidemics, and tragedies beyond counting. Her real name, according to the oldest versions, was Eulalia. Others call her Soledad, or simply the nameless nurse, but everyone agrees on one thing: she was obsessively meticulous. Every fold of her nurse's cap was perfectly aligned. Every wrinkle in her white uniform had been erased with absolute precision. She worked the night shift, the hour when life weakens and death moves more freely. And she was in love. In love with a doctor who never returned her feelings. Some versions say she was cruelly rejected. Others claim he died before he could love her back. What is certain is that Eulalia fell into a spiral of sadness, disillusionment, and obsession. She stopped eating, she stopped sleeping, but she never stopped ironing her uniform. Until one night, she simply never returned home. She was found days later. Some claim she died inside the hospital itself. Others say she fell gravely ill. There are whispers that she took her own life. But there is also a more disturbing version, that she never left the building because her spirit chose to remain. Since then, La Planchada has walked the hallways, fulfilling a duty that not even death could interrupt. The testimonies surrounding La Planchada are not simple campfire tales. They are consistent accounts told by doctors, nurses, patients, and family members over decades. In the 1970s, a nurse from Juarez Hospital reported seeing a woman dressed in white enter the room of a terminal patient. She assumed it was someone from the previous shift, but when she followed her inside, the room was empty. The patient, however, appeared calm. He died minutes later with a peaceful expression on his face. Another case occurred at the General Hospital. A man hospitalized after a severe accident claimed that for 3 consecutive nights, a nurse with an old-fashioned appearance visited him. She adjusted his sheets, checked his IV, and smiled without saying a single word. By morning, she vanished. When he asked about her, no one on staff matched the description. The uniform he described had not been used for more than 40 years. The accounts repeat with unsettling precision. She always appears at night. She always wears spotless white. She always approaches those in critical condition, and she never speaks. Most disturbing of all is this: those who see her and survive say they felt comforted, as if she somehow knew they would be all right. Those who die shortly after also see her, and according to their final words, she came to accompany them. So the question arises, is she a guardian or a harbinger? There are, of course, rational explanations. The human brain searching for familiar patterns in darkness, altered states of consciousness caused by medication, fever, or sleep deprivation, collective suggestion fueled by decades of rumor. But there are also the facts. Different witnesses in different hospitals across nearly a century describing the same figure, the same uniform, and the same behavior. And something even more unsettling. In hospitals where the legend was never known, new staff members have reported sightings that perfectly match the old descriptions without having been told beforehand. Some believe La Planchada is an empathetic spirit, trapped in an eternal cycle of service. Others believe she is the manifestation of guilt, of unfinished duty, of an obsession that transcended death. But there is a third possibility, darker still, that hospitals, as places of transition between life and death, are doorways, and that some souls simply choose not to cross. Today, in the 21st century, La Planchada continues to appear. The testimonies persist. In forums, healthcare worker groups, and anonymous confessions, the story lives on. Just a few years ago, a night shift nurse in a hospital in Guadalajara reported seeing a woman dressed in white leaving the room of a patient who had just passed away. When security cameras were reviewed, there was no record of anyone entering or exiting. And so, between modern medicine and ancient mystery, La Planchada continues her eternal rounds. If you ever find yourself in a hospital in the early hours of the morning and hear the sound of a hot iron gliding over starched fabric, pay attention, because you may not be alone. And what you see may not be a hallucination. It may be someone who never stopped caring for the dying. This was the Hidden Archives. I'm Fernanda. If you want to continue exploring the hidden archives of Latin America, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us in the next case. Because in the darkness, there is always something waiting to be discovered.